Hello viewers, this video is about antonyms. Antonyms are words with opposite meanings. For example, the word rich means the opposite of what the word poor means. The word tall means the opposite of what the word short means. So this is the definition given by a dictionary to the word antonym. Antonym is a word with an opposite meaning to another. So we all know that words have meanings, and certain words have meanings which are quite opposite to what is meant by some other words. So these words are called antonyms. In the next few slides, I'll show you quite a few important words and their antonyms, which are important from the exam point of view. The following words and their antonyms are frequently asked in exams, not just our regular exams, but in different competitive exams as well. So, having a knowledge of antonyms increases your vocabulary and helps you when you face different exams. This is a very easy one, everyone knows this. Minor and major. Minor means small and major means big. So, quite clearly, these words have opposite meanings. So, we call these two words antonyms. If there is some small accident, we call it a minor accident. If there is a big accident, we call it a major accident. So, minor and major are opposite words, they are antonyms. Look here. Tiny, T I N Y, is pronounced as tiny. Tiny means very small. Huge means very big. So these two words, tiny and huge, are antonyms. It doesn't mean that you cannot suggest any other word as antonym to tiny. Whatever means big, very big, can be an antonym for tiny. For example, as antonym to tiny, you can suggest any other word as big, large, enormous, mammoth, massive, something like that. At the same time, as antonym to huge, you can say small or minute, something like that. Meaning of the word is more important. Narrow and broad. These two are antonyms. Narrow means very creaky, whereas broad means very wide. So, narrow and broader antonyms. If you want, you can also make use of the word wide as the opposite word of narrow. It used to say that a particular word does not have only one antonym. Depending upon its meaning, whatever words have the opposite meanings become antonyms of this particular word. We will see it more clearly in the coming slides. Rural, urban. Rural means pertaining to villages. Depending upon population, depending upon the economy of a particular place, We divide places into rural and urban areas. If a particular place with sporadic population is there, we call it rural. At the same time, if we have a place where there is a huge lot of development and large number of people living at a particular place, we term it urban. So, rural and urban are opposite in nature. So, we call them antonyms. Rural is the opposite of urban. Hence, these two are antonyms. Transparent and opaque. This particular question or this particular word is again very important from the exam's point of view. Transparent means an object or a glass or a cloth which allows us to see what is there on the other side of it. At the same time, opaque is an object like a cloth or a glass which does not allow us to see what is there on the other side of it. So, these two are quite opposite in nature, hence antonyms. Transparent is something that allows you to see what is there on the other side, whereas opaque is something that does not allow you to see what is there on the other side. So these two become antonyms. Transparent is the opposite of opaque. Permanent and transient. Permanent, as you know, is long lasting, which is going to be there for a long time. Whereas transient is the opposite of this particular word. Transient means something that lasts only for a limited time. Hence, these two words, permanent and transient, are opposite in nature. They are known as antonyms. Permanent means long lasting, transient means lasting only for a small period of time. Permanent and transient are therefore known as antonyms. Professional and amateur. This particular question has been asked quite a number of times in different competitive exams. Professional is somebody who does something like playing tennis or running or something like that as a profession. For example, Sonia Mirza is a professional tennis player. At the same time, amateur is somebody who pursues a particular thing as a hobby. For example, you and I play tennis not as professionals. For us, it is a mere hobby, and we are therefore amateurs. Professional is the opposite of amateur, hence antonyms. Optimist and pessimist or antonyms. An optimist is one who sees the brighter side of things. On the other hand, a pessimist is one who sees the darker side of things. So we call these two words antonyms. This is another set of words, ancient and modern. Ancient means very old, whereas modern means new. For example, If we refer to the history of India some 2000 years back, we term it ancient Indian history. And if we refer to India's history some years back, we call it modern Indian history. Ancient means very old, whereas modern means new. Next, GENUINE. This particular word is pronounced as genuine. Some people wrongly pronounce it as genuine, which is not correct. It is genuine. Genuine means original. And the opposite for this particular word is bogus. There are numerous words which are opposite words of genuine. One is bogus. Genuine, meaning original, is the opposite of counterfeit. Counterfeit means not original, false, duplicate, bogus. So here, genuine can be taken as the opposite word of bogus, counterfeit, duplicate, false, like that. Veteran, veteran and novice or antonyms. The meaning of the word veteran is somebody who has been in a particular thing for a long time and hence got a lot of experience. For example, people like Saurav Ganguly and Azharuddin are known as veterans. They have been in the field of cricket for a long time, thereby, they have got a lot of experience. Such people are known as veterans. On the other hand, somebody who is new to a profession or a field and hence quite inexperienced is known by certain other names. One of them is novice. Novice is somebody who is new to a field and hence quite inexperienced. Veteran and novice are antonyms. Veteran has got another opposite word. Veteran, being an experienced person, can be seen as the opposite of a word called neophyte. Neophyte is somebody who is new to a field and hence inexperienced. So in the previous slide we saw veteran as the opposite of novice. And here we say that veteran is the opposite of neophyte. For that matter, novice and neophyte both refer to a person who is new to a field and therefore inexperienced. At the same time, greenhorn is also one such word, and rookie, greenhorn and rookie are also antonyms of the word veteran. Hope, hope and despair are antonyms. Hope means having a longing, a desire that things will be better in the future. At the same time, despair is loss of all kind of hope. So these two words are antonyms. Hope and despair mean opposite to each other. They have meanings which are quite opposite to what the other means. Hence, hope and despair are antonyms. Convict and exonerate. See, these two words are related to crime and justice. If a particular person is taken to court for having done something wrong, And if the judge wants to punish him, if the judge comes to the decision that he has indeed committed that crime, he will punish him. That is called conviction. On the other hand, if the judge sets him free, that is known as exoneration. So, convict and exonerate are antonyms. Deep and shallow, very easy words. Deep waters and shallow waters. If the water is very deep, it's running deep, we call deep. And if the water level or something is very thin, we call it shallow. So, deep and shallow are antonyms, and these are relatively easy. Let us go to the next one. Augment and mitigate. Augment means enhance. Augment means to increase. Augment, enhance, increase are all synonyms. So, we have to suggest a word which means opposite to all these words, and mitigate is one such word. Mitigate means to reduce. Augment means to increase, whereas mitigate means to reduce. Hence, these two words, augment and mitigate, are antonyms. Augment means to enhance, to increase, and mitigate means to lessen, to bring down, to reduce. Hence, antonyms. Abundance and paucity. Abundance is a huge amount, plentiful, as much as you want, whereas paucity means shortage, dearth. Paucity means shortage, dearth also means shortage. So, abundance means plenty and paucity means shortage. Hence, these two words are antonyms. Loathe. Loathe is the opposite word for love. Generally, we suggest hate as the opposite of the word love. But there are quite a few other words which mean the same as hate. And one such word is loathe. And loathe is the opposite of love. Hence, these two words, loathe and love, are antonyms. Rather than depending upon words which we know, like hate, we have to explore newer words. That is one way of enriching our vocabulary. Loathe means to hate, so loathe is the opposite of love. The same is the case with despise. Despise means to hate. A strong hatred towards something is known as despise. Hence, it is the opposite of love. Despise and love are antonyms. When we say despise and love are antonyms, you have to have the knack of understanding that despise and hate must be synonyms. This is how it works. And I am of the hope that I have been able to teach you or let you know quite a few very important words and their antonyms. And all these are very important from the exam point of view. Whatever exam you might be taking, whether it is your general course exam or whether you are appearing for AP TET, DSC, banking, SSC, LIC, whatever be the exam, these words have been handpicked by me for the fact that they have been frequently asked in various competitive exams. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Thank you.